Hi, this is Towanna Freeman with the Black Life Coaches Network, and thank you for joining us for another episode of BLCTV. Today's guest is the founder and creator of a new dynamic speakers bureau that is targeting our young adults. She's basically in a corner of her own market, and that is Lauren Anderson. Welcome, Lauren. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me today.
You know, you are a young woman and you have done something that all entrepreneurs love to do, and that's discover a place in the market where you can do what you love to do and get paid for it, make a living, and then help others obviously do the same thing. And so I just want you to introduce yourself to our own viewers and let them know exactly how you came about this, wonderful project. And of course, the name of your business is Young Black Minds. So tell us a little bit about it, and we're going to get right on into some Q&A.
Absolutely. So I'm Lauren Anderson, CEO of Young Black Minds Motivational Speakers Bureau. And our mission is to inspire young people to live beyond their dreams by providing them the service of motivational speaking and inspirational entertainment. So our target audience is young people. Our message is cross-cultural. It's not limited to the African American community alone. However, we do target minorities, and what we do basically is we send out speakers and inspirational entertainers to colleges and universities and other events, even churches pertaining to youth, so that we are able to inspire them and to just inform them that they are better than their circumstances or what their environment may present. And just to be able to give them the resources and the tools so that they can accomplish their dreams.
You know, when you came up with the idea of Young Black Minds, what were the primary things that were going through your mind as far as the need that, what was in the market that, needed to be filled? Where did the concept come from? Because we have speakers bureaus all over the place, and they obviously fit various demographics. And generally, most bureaus, they're very generic and very wide open regarding what type of services they deliver and the topic areas that their speakers, present on. However, you become very, very narrowly focused. So tell us what was going through your mind at that point when you started Young Black Minds.
Well, Young Black Minds originally started from my own inspiration as a young person. So currently I'm 26 years old, but when I was younger, I dealt with a lot of pressures from, peers and urban communities. I lived in Bronx, New York. I was raised there, born in Gary, Indiana. So I'm familiar with the urban struggle, so to speak. So I know how important it is. When I did get out of the Bronx and I ended up going to school in Indianapolis, I noticed how important it was to have role models around that could, model certain behaviors and certain things that I needed to have in front of me to know that I could do better than what I was doing. So I realized the importance of role models. I realized the importance of mentors. When I went off to college, I began searching for older women who were knowledgeable and in the path that I was going into. And at that time, it was human resources when I was in college. So I linked up with an older woman, and she mentored me, and I realized how important it was to have people that have that knowledge in your life. So the role modeling, the mentoring, I noticed in my own life how important it was. So that's why I said, you know what, I've got these tools after I got out of graduate school. And I had these tools as a human resource professional to be able to manage people, to be able to recruit people, and all of these skills that I learned in the workforce as well. So I said, I can use this and tap into my entrepreneurial, desires and do something for people that were just like me. So that's what I started doing. I started recruiting people that I had met at institutions, through entertainment, several places that I felt were charismatic and they could inspire young people, and they had already had some motivational speaking in their background. So I recruited them. I created Young Black Minds, and that's pretty much how it all started.
See, I think one of the things that I respect the most about what you've created here is the fact that you took what you love the most, and that is the value of bringing in people who can motivate and encourage a particular audience that have, where you had a passion point because you were that young person and you knew the value that it contributed to your life. And so you wanted to recreate that. And that's fantastic. I think that, many people will look at that and admire that about you. And I know that, improving the community, when you talk, you talked about coming out of the Bronx, having the urban struggle. So all those key things that you said kind of all make sense for the reason why you created Young Black Minds. And I think creating that entrepreneurial opportunity for yourself, but then obviously being able to improve your community in which you love and support is so, so super critical. And I'm so glad that you did that. And I'm glad you found a way to make a living at it. That's even better than being able to volunteer your time. So
Right.
when you look at your life, now, and you're recruiting all these wonderful minds that have, done great things, because, sometimes the world is full of celebrities. We hear and we see things on TV all the time, but then there are those diamonds in the rough that I always love to talk about. Tell me about the talent that you're discovering, whether they are flying under the radar or even on the higher platform. Tell us about how you are finding them.
Yeah, absolutely. So originally, I had recruited people that were within my own network. Like I said, people that I had met at institutions, through colleges. In fact, one of my professors in graduate school is actually a speaker now of Young Black Minds. I just remembered how charismatic he was when we were in lectures, and how he was relatable to the students, and everyone received him so well, and he was funny. And I said, wow, this guy is a great speaker. And when I graduated and I thought about Young Black Minds, and I said, who would I want to invite into my bureau? And I said, this guy is an ideal person. And it was Dr. Clement Moore, from Roosevelt University. And he also wrote a book. It's called From Failure to Promise, and it's an uncommon path to professoriate, in which he details his experiences, from becoming a failure basically at college, and to overcoming the adversity, and really making his way to professoriate and becoming quite phenomenal. So he's out of the Chicago area.
Lauren,
And
I'm going to interrupt you because this is a funny story. Dr. Mora, he is actually someone that I discovered him accidentally. I was online researching scholarships for my daughter.
wow.
And she's about to graduate next year. But it's funny, I was online literally finding scholarships that she could apply to, and his scholarship popped up online, and I bookmarked his website because his requirement was purchase his book, write a paper about his book, and submit it for review for a scholarship award. And I was like, oh, that's a piece of cake. And so I put it in for bookmark for my daughter so she could apply to his scholarship. How crazy is that?
Wow.
He's not anybody that I had heard of before, but he
Uh-huh.
is one of the names that I absolutely have bookmarked. I swear to you, it is absolutely funny that you
That
just
is
said that.
incredible.
That's crazy. Okay, so
Well,
I'm looking forward to one day actually interviewing him. That would be fantastic.
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
that is
Absolutely. We
crazy.
can definitely arrange that.
Okay, so
Um,
tell me. Okay, so I'm sorry I interrupted you. Okay, so then he's one example that someone in your life's path that you brought into the bureau. Okay, and so give me some others.
Yeah, so he's an example of someone that I brought in. And then as Young Black Minds became more known on our Twitter at Young Black Mind, the number one, or on our Facebook page, which, people have started to like, people have just drawn to us, and the word gets out. And I do publish quite a few blogs via Your Black World and Dr. Boyce Watkins. So people are starting to draw attention to the name. And so I've gotten quite a few people emailing. Like, for instance, I got Jordan Williams and Brandon Iverson, the 14-year-old entrepreneurs and authors out of Atlanta, Georgia. they emailed me one day and they said, wow, this is incredible. We'd love to talk to you. We want to be a part of this. And I said, wow, my pleasure. This is fantastic for the Bureau. And I reached out to them, and they're highly impressive young guys, highly impressive. We're talking about 14-year-old students that have written their own books, and they're teaching young people about financial literacy and how to save your money and how to create your own business, from making toys to to producing their own CD series I think their company is Making Money for Teens. So they have marketing books out, and they go out and they've spoken at the Tom Joyner family reunion as well. They've spoken among Omarosa and Les Brown. So really, really groundbreaking kids in the motivational speaking industry. And they hit me up, and I said, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have you a part of the Bureau. And it's been fantastic ever since with them. We also have some other young people. We have young television hosts. We have young girls, Cassie and Kiana McDaniels. They're out of Tennessee. And they have a teen talk show host, a teen talk show that they do. It's called Inside Our World. And it's really a fun show, kind of something similar to the show that they used to have back in the day on Nickelodeon called All That.
Yes.
You remember that show?
Yes.
Yeah. So they do kind of like an entertainment thing there, and they interview other people and artists and things like that. They're really incredible, and looking to just get out and speak to young people about accomplishing their dreams and not being scared, to do what it is that they love to do, and be able to make a profit from it as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. Lauren, you have a great lineup, and this is the thing I want to tell our viewers. Lauren and Young Black Minds, they are charting new territory. She has created a bureau that is specifically for, the young adult audience. However, she is not exclusive to the young adult audience. So whether you're at high school, colleges, or in some other learning institution, that's just one segment. If you actually have a clientele that serve the youth audience or the youth demographic, she's also someone you should connect with, because if your clientele is young and thriving, then you need people that come in that speak that language and help your team of developers or your team of engineers and those people who are developing products and services specifically for this group. This is a great bureau that you can connect with, that can provide you some key speakers that can help you in your creative process. Your background's in human resources. How are you using technology to help build your Black minds? Now, you said you have Facebook and you have Twitter. Are there any other tools and platforms that you are using to help you drive your message and or bring attention to your bureau?
Yeah, definitely. We accept media interviews via Skype, like this one in particular. I do publish quite a bit of articles on yourblackworld.net and Your Black Bloggers. Also, our speakers are active in their communities. So when they go out and they do community service, they are ambassadors of Young Black Minds, and they're spreading the word out across the country. So they're in Indianapolis, they're in Chicago, they're in New York, they're down south, and they are, the perfect example of the bureau there, and then the word gets out from there. So we've got the Twitter, we've got the Facebook, we do an email campaign through a very large database that we have received, courtesy of Dr. Farah Gray, who has been a great resource to the Bureau. He's also now a new speaker to Young Black Minds. We're very excited about that. And we do quite a number of things, the interviewing, the radio interviewing. We have a blog now that we launched called Inside Our Mind, in which we have a host. He's actually the St. John's radio host, and he hosts our blog interviews, and we get a chance to speak to each of our speakers and, just get the message out to, our social media.
Mm-hmm. I wish you guys were around in the 90s and in the early 2000s when I was going coast to coast with our conference for teen girls, because it was so hard to kind of find speakers that could relate and that were relatable for our youth and teen demographic. Because during the time, they were very, it was uncharted territory, and that a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you don't talk to young people; they never pay attention. They really don't care." You know, at certain ages, they just check out. You know, they don't really take you seriously, and that is so far from the truth. Now, challenges that you face. I want to know, what is it that you have experienced in your pursuit to find events for these people and bookings for these people? What are some of the challenges? Because I would like people to know how they can help support you. Because during this interview, I would hope that people would say, "Hey, there's a young lady named Lauren who has, young Black minds, and she's having trouble in this area. How can we help her?" So what are your challenges, and what can we do to support?
Yeah, so some of the challenges I would say right now is basically growing the team, the staff of Young Black Minds. So when I started out, it was small, and then it started getting a little bigger, and now it's getting big. And we've got about three dedicated and highly credentialed people that are terrific: Victoria Jones and Lawrence Hudson. We also have Dewan Matungo, who's also come on board as well. But we are looking to get more interns, people that are looking to get experience in sales and marketing. So that is a challenge for us now, to grow the team so that we can meet the demand. Another challenge is the fact that Young Black Minds is an interesting name. So everyone is drawn to it. They say, "What is Young Black Minds? What is she talking about? What is this about? Is this a nonprofit?" We're not a nonprofit organization. We are for profit. Our speakers go out for fees. So people love the name. They love what we're doing. They applaud the effort. We need them to book the speakers.
That's right.
So that's how the speakers have become interested into the Bureau, is because they want to go out and they want to speak and they want to translate that message to young people. And that's what we're here to do. So I would encourage your viewers to look us up, pick a speaker from the roster, see what it is that they're all about. You can go on the blog, you can hear the radio interviews, there's videos posted on the website. You can Google their own website, but make sure you reach out to us, and we'd love to send them out to you so that we can make a difference with your young people.
Absolutely. I support that. And Lauren, yes, there are other bureaus, I'm sure, that people can find some of your speakers through. But I would encourage, like you said, find them through your Black Minds. And I would encourage all of you to contact Lauren and find out what you can do to help support her. There are a number of different events that we typically find. Our human resources professionals, they always look for opportunities to bring people in. With the use of technology, HR knows that they can have, conference calls with speakers, and people can do a very conference bridge and have a speaker online, and you can have people on camera, and you can do all kind of webcasting. There's so many creative ways where you can book a speakers without having to fly people coast to coast. So this is what Black Life Coaches is going to do to help support Lauren, because I know people are thinking, "Oh, that's nice, Towanna, what about you?" Well, absolutely. Black Life Coaches has partnered with Your Black Minds, and the partnership will showcase the speakers within her bureau. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I believe in what she's doing. She's a young woman, and she's new and not new in the area of marketing and promotions, but she's new when it comes to being recognized as a competitor in the area of speakers bureaus. So I would like to help support her, and we're going to do that by showcasing her speakers in this platform on BLCTV. So we'll be doing interviews with her, different speakers within the bureau. So we'll highlight a different interview. We'll tell you who they are, how you can reach them, obviously, and how you'll see them engage with you in interview style. But at the same time, we'll connect them through their websites and etc. So you can see that through Black Life Coaches Television here on YouTube channel. And I encourage all of you to subscribe to Black Life Coaches here on YouTube so that you don't miss the upcoming guest speakers from Your Black Mind. So Lauren, give us the URL for your website, as well as where we can find you in social media, and then we'll let everybody else send questions and comments from here.
Yeah, definitely. www.youngblackminds.com is where you can view our roster. You can see what we're all about. Check out videos. Check out our blog, Inside Our Mind, which is also at www.youngblackminds.com. Follow us on Twitter, Young Black Mind, the number 1. You can like us on Facebook. Young Black Minds LLC is the title name. And we would be glad to have you all follow us and keep up with what the Bureau is doing. We do consider ourselves more than a Bureau, it's a movement. So join us in the movement to make an effect on young people here across the country and to make a difference in their lives and to inspire them and remind them of their endless potential.
Fantastic job. Okay, below the video, you'll see all that information. Thank you for your time, Lauren. I look forward to bringing you back, and let's talk about some of the things that are coming on and how you guys are growing at your Black Minds.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.